When we first introduced this concept to create a special purpose vehicle corporation to refinance our rum bonds 18 months ago, we did it with the people in mind. We did it to protect the pension benefits of our almost 9,000 government retirees, and with the goal of protecting the pension benefits of more than 8,000 active employees who are relying on the government employees' retirement system to be able to achieve a quality of life in retirement. But today is about them. The retirees who are the breadwinners in their respective households. Sometimes not only for their immediate family, but for their grandkids and their great-grandkids. In their respective households, these pension benefits matter. The retirees are confronting a very difficult time, and it's only made worse by the pandemic. That every single day, not just here, every single state in the union is undergoing incredible inflation. Just leaving Washington at the National Governors Association, every single governor asked the president, what are we going to do about inflation? Because the cost of goods continue to rise, and these pension benefits are pretty much stable and stagnant, but they are the base of everything that they rely on for the source of their income. So we did it to protect the positions and the pensions of the active and the vested employees as well. Because a lot of people don't realize that we have a lot of people in the system still hoping that one day they too can benefit from the GERS. One day they could get the promise of the benefit of those funds. And this reassurance, it also enhances our ability to retain and attract new employees to government employment. Just the other day, the legislature was talking about bringing retirees back and how we can do that in a more productive way. The world and the Virgin Islands is shifting so quickly that we have to rapidly adjust to accommodate them. So all these things and all these employees and people in our community, because they affect the businesses, the landlords, every single grocery store, all these people in our community rely on this funding source for their livelihood. But this is a promise that we made, and a promise that we are trying to keep. And I say we're trying to keep because we presented 3 different variations of this concept of the securitization of the matching fund revenues to the 33rd legislature. On the first attempt, we got Senate approval. But it didn't work out because we were stymied by a court action. But our God works in some mysterious ways. And thanks to the wisdom and the experience of our trusted financial advisor, Mr. Paul, we were able to exceed our expectation in what we could come up with and our funding goals initially set. And this legislature, the 34th legislature, made a promise to us and to the people that the bodies would work together in a collaborative union for the betterment of the people. It took a serious time, and they took a look at this piece of legislation, and they went to work to help to craft something that makes sense to all the parties involved. I really want to thank them for their good faith engagement, their willingness to work with the administration to get to this step here today. They worked and worked the language until we got to a piece that all of us could agree on. And 14 votes, to my great surprise, was the benefit of that. Job well done. That purpose and that collaboration that you have seen is what have made this moment possible. But while we're here taking credit, something this complex cannot be achieved without a strong and competent team of subject matter experts. I need to give thanks to the wizards behind the magic. I want to call out especially a good friend and mentor, Nathan Simmons. I didn't realize he was standing right next to me. I remember the first time he showed me the proposal from the Ramirez brothers. It's like when you get a Nigerian spam email. Is this for real? You say, yep, you know, in his way. Can it work? Yep. You sure? Yep. And I said, let's do it. All the other people that worked with us along the way to get it done, Laura Lee Farrington, Sherry Wallace Cole, Attorney Key Walker, who kept us at the work with her whipping ways. All those members of the Public Finance Authority, our Commissioner of Finance, Boseide Bruce, and OMB Director Jennifer O'Neill, attorneys David Bourne, Michelle Baker, and Rachel Havercorn, who's our government house team here on legal services, our municipal financial advisor, and the primary architect of the GERS Solvency program, David Paul of the Fiscal Strategies Group. But someone had to take the concept out of David Paul's head and reduce it to a bill. That was done by attorneys Carol Thomas and Pedro Miranda and the team from Squire Patton Boggs. The core legislation that we have been tweaking over the last several months was drafted in its final form by them. The team that Squire Patton Boggs also serves as bond counsel with respect to the new matching fund bonds and the arrangements with the U.S. Treasury and the overall structure of the financing. I also want to thank Attorney Jeffrey Eaton of Winston & Strawn Law Firm, who has worked with our rum company partners to conclude the amendments to the agreement. Attorney Miles Plaskett and his team from Duane Morris, who is serving as special counsel to the Public Finance Authority with respect to restructuring of the matching fund bonds, as well as bonds counsel with respect to structuring of the proposed GRS note, and the creation of a new special purpose corporation. Adam Lorbert and his team from Ramirez and Company that came up with this original securitization concept. The lead underwriter for the proposed matching fund bond, the marketing of the new bonds to be issued, and measuring the conditions in the bond market today. See, this was just the authority for us to move forward. A very important step. But the real work starts as I sit here, they sit here waiting for me to sign this bill impatiently. The pressure is on us now as an administration to not only get the bonds sold at a reasonable interest rate, but to execute it in a timely manner that will allow us to get the maximum use out of the bill. The pressure also goes back to me and the legislature as we strive to now do all the other things that we said we're going to do. The teachers' union contract and other contracts that we have pending, the $25 million we have to raise in order to get the retirees, get the retro pay done as promised earlier this year, the paying of all the income taxes and catching up in 2022. And yes, finding the $50 or so million out of the budget now to make the first good faith payment on this GRS commitment that we have all signed on to. We have to get all of that done. And the only way we're going to get it done is by working together. This core legislation, I have to say, is just an incredible collaboration between all the parties that work together. And that's how real work gets done. And I want to thank you, the public, for your faith, but I ask you for your support of this team, the legislature, and for even me as your governor, as we go through some very trying times to get it done. We had the will to start, and we have the commitment to finish on all of these promises that we're making to you today and what ones we made to before. As we stand here with 5 retirees, some that I know real well, it makes me my heart glad to say this. So I want to say thank you again to Senate President Donna Fred Gregory, the Retirement GRS Subcommittee, and the entire legislature for this vote of confidence in our people and our ability to make good on the good faith commitments. I'll sign the bill now and stop talking. Thank you. Pictures. Thank you so much for joining us today.